watch like great athletes, have some fun, a lot of 3-pointers, a lot of dunks, whatever. But to me, as an older fan, like it doesn't have the same intensity and the same meaning every game. It just seems like there's a lack of somewhat like a lack of intensity and a lack of it's watered down. There's too many games, obviously, and
I think the games could go down too.
So I still love the NBA, and I'm also skewed because I'm a big Sixers fan. So as the Sixers get more competitive, I'm sure I'll be. And I'm already watching a lot more this year because it's the first time in like 4 years Sixers have been watchable. Mm-hmm. But as they ascend to playoffs and then some, I'll be more invested. But at the end of the day, I still know in the back of in my mind that the league is still like it's just not as good as I think, not as good as it used to be maybe in the early 2000s or the 90s or whatever.
Yeah, Omar, what about you, man?
Man, you know how I feel about the league, man. I fell off from the league for a while because I thought it was soft.
After Kobe left?
I thought it was. Huh?
After Kobe Bean left?
Yeah. Yeah, and it was getting like that before he left, though. It was
it goes back.
It was soft. It was a lot of, I think about 2006, to 2000, I think 2008, 2009. It was like, okay, this is getting a little too soft for me. It's like everybody's joking around, everybody's laughing, everybody's trying to join each other and play with each other. Man, I don't really care for this as much as I did. It's like I'm not that invested into it. But when people start trying to play with other stars and stuff, I was like, yeah, I'm not really interested because I didn't grow up in that era. I grew up in the era where you had Clyde Drexler had his team, Barkley had his team, Bird had his team, Magic had his team, Mike had his team. Isaiah Thomas had his team. Like it was like everybody. Barkley had his team. Everybody Ewing. So it was like who there was a star on each team. They just tried to build around them, like with Alonzo Mourning and different things. The Knicks and Alonzo Mourning. It wasn't like a bunch of stars. It was like a bunch of good players. And now it's like everybody's just making the money, and everybody just want to make the easy way out. They want to. I think it's the millennial effect. I mean, it's how the millennials think right now. It's just like the easiest way out. And so I haven't been following along at all. I used to be up. I just have an NBA League Pass. I don't have it no more. I ain't have it for a while, but I used to get it because I watch all the games and watch the games to be competitive. But I'll watch it. But I can say this season I probably watched about 5 games in total the whole season. Maybe because I'm getting older and I'm busier, but
you can tell by the marquee games like TNT. Like there's no buzz. Like you go like TNT, ESPN. Like there's no buzz. There's nothing. There's no game. It's like they try to hype up Westbrook and Durant rivalry. Like the OKC can't hold it. Can't fucking touch Golden State right now. Yeah. And there's no buzz. LeBron, like the Cavs are good, but like Toronto, no one's really challenging them in the East. I mean, there's just no buzz.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of interviews with like some of the older coaches and players, and just to piggyback, I agree with what both of you guys said, and just the fact that like when you used to come down the lane in the NBA, like you could get fouled hard, and it's just a foul. You go to the line, but you're gonna earn your 2 points. Now it's like it's soft. Armand, you were saying it too, and like it's like it's like prima donnas. Everybody's friends with everyone. They're shaking hands and goofing around with the other team before the game. Come on, man. They never used to do that. Like you got to be looking at it like
we didn't do that in high school. Let alone high school, we didn't do that.
I mean, it's your enemy. I mean, you're looking to defeat them. You're not looking to party with them after the game. Like, I don't know. I think it's a generational thing. Like you said, maybe the millennial type thing. Like, they're looking at social media. They're looking at, how everyone else is looking at them. When back in the day, they were just trying to win games and win championships, and that was a great point with the with free agency and trades. Like, major players changed. Like Kevin Durant this year. Like, I love him. I love how he plays, but you could call what he did kind of like, I don't know. Call it what you will, but
well, real quick, like, would you guys agree or not? Like, how much is it like the finances? Like, how much is it fact that there's so everybody. If you're a scrub, you're making millions or whatever. Like, is that why everyone's so friendly? Because like everyone's just loaded in that. Like like the scrubs are getting paid. Like what's the reason?
I think you said Todd and I had a conversation like a year ago when that whole D'Angelo Russell thing came out about Nick Young, and D'Angelo Russell is 20 years old, man, and you don't have these older guys on teams anymore. Like the oldest guy is like 27.
Yeah, there's no role models. So there's no leadership.
Yeah, and it kind of it's a millennial view now of where it really has. It's like a mirror effect on basketball. Like what's going on in basketball is actually what's going on in the world, and there's really not an advocate. Look at our social. Do we have social leaders? No. Do we have political leaders? No. And it's the same way with sports. Like, who are sports leaders? We don't only a few.
Daryl Rivas. I mean, there are no leaders.
So I think it's like I think we're kind of in a state where we're a little. I'm not gonna say we're underdeveloped, but we're not on the pace we once were, and it kind of like has all type of social. Mental aspects to it, and it trickles down to sports as well, because sports is a part of life. But the league is super young, man. I mean, guys are 20, 21, 22. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's the best player on his team. He's not even 21 yet. I mean, is he 21? Right. I mean, these guys are like super young. So, I don't know, man. The other side of that is, the league is also in its brightest spot because it has the biggest stars, but the top 7 stars are all on maybe like 3 teams.
I think the league is in a fine place. It's not like it's gonna fall off and nobody's gonna watch it. I mean, there's still. I got my friend from Australia on Facebook, and he's always commenting like there's people all over the world that are watching the NBA. I mean, I'm not saying that, but. When you compare it to kind of the decade of the 90s and what we saw and what we had, I think it's a little bit of a decline.
I would agree. And I mean, we're purists, because we enjoy the sport for what it is, the bare bones of what basketball is. And Armand, I think you agree with the product now is a little more watchable just to the average fan who doesn't know anything about basketball for real. You don't know who George McGinnis is. You don't know who Isaiah Ryder is. You just know Steph Curry or Kevin Durant, and it looks nice to those people. So that that's okay. But
it's a sad state of affairs all around. I don't think football reached that. It didn't happen in football. Even though you can say football got this contact where is more based on the offense scoring, but basketball has had a dramatic change. Where I don't even know. Sometimes I don't even know how guys play defense because the way they call the games and the way that LeBron's a great player, great. Nobody could take that from him. But I agree with Charles Barkley. Like, why are you complaining about you needing help? Like, when does a star? And Kobe was different. People say, well, Kobe complained about needing, but Kobe had Slava, Medvedenko, and like a bunch of other dudes. Like that was just like, if y'all give me some help, I'm leaving. But LeBron has 2 stars in his team, and he plays. It just don't come off like from. It's like they're whining, and they're like, oh, I need another player. And to me, it's just disingenuous during this season to say that while your teammates are playing. And I think Kobe did it after the season was over. He was talking about the off season. You don't know who they're bringing in, but his players can't say nothing because they can't go against him. Right. Because, he's LeBron. And I just felt like that was like, I agree with Charles Barkley. Like, man, who else you want? Like, what else do you want? You got Kyle Korver. They brought him in. You got Kyrie Irving. Yeah. You got Kevin Love. They brought him in.
Still bitching.
They got Chris. Yeah, you got everybody. So, and you won the championship last year. So what is it?
Right.
Yeah, but that's because of the state of affairs. Because you saw that Durant goes to Golden State, and
I mean everybody's got to compare themselves to the Golden State Warriors.
So I mean, I agree.
They see a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with. I think it sounds bad. It looks like he's bitching, and he is, and it doesn't look good. But when the league becomes so unbalanced, and clearly it's just a 2-horse race or a 3-horse race, that he's like, all right, well, my team's not matching up. but it makes him look a little bit weak or whatever. But
And then you put them on Twitter where it's like that's like a locker room thing, or that's a one.
yeah, he should have done it.
I'm saying number one spot, right?
They're number one right now, yeah.
Yeah, in the East.
But Love's hurt, so.
He needs to calm down. He needs to relax.
Oh, next.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, we were saying with the state of the league. Was there anything else?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll slide into our next topic because we can really go on that one for days, man. You know what I mean?
Real quick on the state of the league.
Yeah.
I guess my hope would be like, we'll see what happens with college. It's a one and done rule, so that might not change for a little while. But
that's a good one.
Just maybe different mindset with some of the young guys coming in, the Ben Simmonses, the Embiids, the whoever's, the maybe D'Angelo. Some of these young guys that haven't ascended yet, that might ascend. Ingram, and guys in college coming out. It's supposed to be a deep draft. So like the next generation type that we don't even know about, like maybe there'll be maybe we can coaching and the culture will hopefully change where we can get a fire under some of these new guys, young guys to get a deeper league and to develop a better league. That's all I really was going to say. Just trying to get the mindset and the culture to change some of these real young guys. Because we know LeBron and Curry and Klay Thompson and Kevin Love. We know a lot of the guys that have that are in the spotlight now. But those guys are they have a 5-year window, whatever it is, and that's going to be on to the next group. So Anthony Davis and whoever. So hopefully, like the next young guys we don't even know yet, they'll be the culture can change a little bit and we can get a deeper, different mindset. You look at James Harden, who's amazing, but clearly he doesn't play a lot of defense. So it's like just trying to get a more well-rounded NBA and overall, and a little more competitive and more fiery.
Yeah, and to Armand's point earlier, I think the league is better when we can spread around the talent, and like you said, Armand, the top 14 stars, 10 years ago were on 14 different teams. You know what I mean? And when you condense that, you have the top 14 players on like 5 teams, and it just makes for like a weaker league. Like you can't even watch League Pass because Utah versus Milwaukee, it's not really that good. Milwaukee has a couple nice young guys.
There's only certain matchups you're interested in.
Yeah, and you're really watching for players now. We're not watching for teams anymore. And that's not good. That's not good. So we'll slide into.
They're straight up soft. They soft, man. I think it's the Dwight Howard effect. I think they just the big absolute joke. It's just soft. That's why I like Westbrook so much, because he plays with a reckless abandon. Like, I don't care about who I'm playing against. I'm trying to take your head off. And I believe Westbrook could have played in the 80s and in the 90s. I think he would have fit right in.
Any era, yeah.
He just dominated like that. He would cook like a lot of those point guards, Mark Price and all them back then. He done them dirty. So I like him. I'm going to watch him. But a lot of these other guys, man, these guys can't even make free throws.
Yeah.
Multi-millionaires, they can't make free throws. Like, that's staggering.
DeAndre Jordan, you see him shoot a free throw.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, yeah, man. We decided to do a little different swing on this thing because we can always talk about top 5 players all the time, top 10, whatever. So, we all here on this panel really understand basketball. We're fans. We played it. We're gonna follow it, until we can't follow it anymore. So, I want to do with you guys our top 10, and we have to do it in order. We got to do it in unison. This is not going to be an individual top 10, so we all have to agree on each single player. And it's going to go our top 10 two-way players in the NBA. So, two-way meaning that they excel offensively and defensively, both sides of the ball. So we can start.
Players right now? Like, is it the players in the league right now?
Yeah, current players.
Okay.
So we can start with number 10 and work our way up. It might be a little easier. Or if y'all want to do 1 and go down. What you think?
You mean they start at 10 and work your way down? Down to 1?
Yeah, 10 and work our way up to 1.
I know, like, my top 2 or 3 are, like, pretty solidified almost. Like,
I think we still should work down, I think.
But
1 and go down?
10 and go down.
10 and go down. Okay. So top 10 two-way player. I'm thinking like Rudy Gobert.
Ooh, forgot about him.
He, you know, as a big man, he can